Vodafone deployed better ways of working as a project within the company a few years ago. And essentially what we were trying to do was enable our employees to work in a more flexible manner. As part of the programme, we essentially moved from an environment where historically people would have their own desk with maybe a fixed phone on it, the kind of designated desk that they would go to every day. And we moved to a very much an open plan environment. No one has an office and nobody has a fixed desk. We did away with the old landline phones and implemented new technology, just making sure that everyone had a mobile device, obviously, which you would expect given Vodafone, but also making greater use of other technologies such as video conferencing and unified communications. When people are working on projects, in a project environment, you know, the 10 people that you work with this month might be very different from the 10 people you were working with 3 months ago. So when you've got a truly flexible working environment, it enables project teams to be able to sit together, work together for the duration of that project. So actually you get quite a significant uplift there. And I guess the key benefits that we found from a Vodafone perspective is happier employees, better productivity, and also we were able to reduce costs, because actually you need less buildings when you move to this kind of shared infrastructure. One of the things that we found when we deployed the technology ourselves was there's somewhat two aspects to the deployment. There's the technology deployment itself, but also then there's the softer aspects of deploying the technology in terms of how do you engage with the workforce, what messaging do you send to them, how's your working environment going to be different, how are your working practices going to be different. And we learned an awful lot through the deployment, not only from a technology perspective, but also these softer aspects. Following our deployment, we found a lot of customers saying to us, okay, Vodafone, we want you to help us not only deploying the technology, but we're also really interested in leveraging the experience that you had in terms of these softer aspects. So we set up an advisory services function where essentially these are a team of individuals that have expertise not only in terms of the technology deployment, but also how you as a customer would have to change your working practices to get the best from the technology. And that's proved really popular with customers who want to understand the full aspects of how you deploy a program like this. Smaller customers often just want to know, you know, how am I doing relative to the competition, right? How well am I positioned going forward? And really that's all around self-assessment, you know, so how well are you positioned to deal with the next 3 to 5 years? We have a tool called the Ready Business Indicator, and essentially we offer that online, and it's a really easy tool for customers to go in and kind of self-assess their readiness to be able to deal with change going forward in the world. In particular with flexible working, when you're kind of moving away from this environment where someone might have sat at the same desk for the last X many years, photographs on the desk, you know, it can be quite difficult to move from that environment where you've sat next to the same people all the same time to a new environment where that's no longer your home. You know, you're kind of going to the same building maybe, but you might sit in a different location. So often that can be quite difficult for people to deal with. In our own deployments, we find it can be a little bit unsettling for the first couple of weeks, but after a couple of weeks people typically really enjoy it actually, and they enjoy mingling with new people, they see the productivity benefits, and after that it's all good.